Recording in progress.
Good evening. We will call the Auburn City Council meeting for Monday, September 15th, 2025 to order, and we will begin with the land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge the federally recognized Muckleshoot Indian Tribe, the ancestral keepers of the lands we are gathered on today. We thank them for their immense contributions to our state and local history, culture, economy, and identity as Washingtonians. Tonight's council meeting will be held both in person, it's nice to see a large crowd, and virtually. All right, if you would all please rise and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. And Rebecca, will you please call roll?
Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Here.
Councilmember Amer.
Here.
Councilmember Baldwin.
Here.
Councilmember Sturgis.
Here.
Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Here.
Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Here.
All right, thank you. Tonight, we do have some announcements, proclamations, and presentations. We are going to begin with the police promotional ceremony, and I'm going to ask that Chief Collier please meet me at the podium. Turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mayor. Be right out in front. Right in front. Oh, yeah.
Everybody's.
So first, I wanted to say welcome to everybody attending tonight. This public ceremony is intended to present the newest members of our leadership team to the community. It is also a way to publicly recognize the dedication of these officers to their family, community, and their profession. As you can tell, they really enjoy being the center of attention and enjoy the spotlight immensely. So I did want to start off with a biography about both officers. I'll start off with Commander Jason Blake. Jason is originally from Riverside, California, before his family moved to the Enumclaw area. Jason graduated from Enumclaw High School, I won't say when, and holds a bachelor's degree in criminal justice administration from Columbia Southern University. Jason joined Auburn PD in 2003 after working for the city of Enumclaw for 8 years as a dispatcher, reserve police officer, then a full-time police officer. During his time with APD, after he made it off FTO with yours truly, while serving as a patrol officer, Jason was also a field training officer, civil disturbance unit member, hostage negotiator, and a peer support team member. He has served as a detective in both property crimes and major crimes, and also as an officer assigned to the community response team. Jason was promoted to sergeant in 2021, assigned to the patrol division, where in addition to supervising a patrol crew, he was a team leader for the hostage negotiation team, the crime scene response team, and the field training unit. In his new role as a patrol commander, Jason will also oversee the K-9 unit, the civil disturbance unit, the patrol tactics instructors, and the respirator program. Not that we expect a lot, but we do. Also to my right, Sergeant Nate Fry joined the Auburn Police Department in 2017 after serving 10 years of service with the Charleston, South Carolina Police Department. Nate is originally from Findlay, Ohio, and attended Bowling Green State University. Go Falcons. Throughout his career, he has served in a variety of roles on the street, including patrol, a bike officer, neighborhood enforcement, and as a PROACT officer. He has also had the privilege of serving as a field training officer, helping to guide and support new recruits. Nate is also a certified instructor for less lethal tools, such as pepper ball and taser, and is also an emergency vehicle operations course instructor. The next phase of the ceremony, I'm going to step out here, and let's see, what's the way to get both the council and them? I'm going to provide the oath of honor to both individuals. Let's see. Face this way. There you go, that way the council can see and the audience can see. So both, please raise your right hand and just repeat after me, okay? Today I pledge my commitment.
Today I pledge my commitment
To the Auburn Police Department.
to the Auburn Police Department
And the City of Auburn.
and the City of Auburn.
On my honor,
On my honor,
I will never betray my badge,
I will never betray my badge,
my integrity,
my integrity,
my character,
my character,
or the public trust.
or the public trust.
I value leadership
I value leadership,
and I accept the tremendous responsibility
and I accept the tremendous responsibility
that comes with that privilege.
that comes with that privilege.
I will also demonstrate the courage
I will also demonstrate that courage
to hold myself and others accountable.
to hold myself and others accountable.
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Washington,
and the state of Washington,
as well as the mission,
as well as the mission,
the guiding principles,
the guiding principles,
and the history of the Auburn Police Department
history of the Auburn Police Department,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability.
so help me God.
So help me God. Perfect.
Always got to be one. All right, the next portion of the ceremony is called the pinning of the badge portion. The tradition of badge pinning is a significant one. It is one of the traditions where we visibly and clearly bring a loved one up to publicly demonstrate their support for their law enforcement officer. This support is essential as our officers can't do this difficult job without strong support from family and friends. The badge itself represents the authority granted by our community to law enforcement officers. It is in the shape of a shield, signifying our core responsibility to protect those who cannot protect themselves. So for Sergeant Nate, I will call up his wife, Jessica. And for Jason, I will now call up his wife, Jory, his daughter, Morgan, and grandson, Wesley. All right, the fun stuff's over. So I would like to present Sergeant Nate Fry and Commander Jason Blake.
Would either of you gentlemen like to say anything? I just had to offer. All right, I'm going to go back up here because we're going to take a break for photos, but there's something I have to read before we take that break. Stand by. All right, so the city council is going to recess for 15 minutes, and that will be for photos because everybody's going to want their photo with you too. And then following the recess, the council will adjourn into executive session per RCW 42.30.110 sub 1 sub I sub 2I to discuss with legal counsel potential litigation that may be commenced against the city. The length of time for the executive session is 10 minutes. So if we go out at 7:10, and that would be 7:25, 7:35, we will resume the meeting at 7:35. In addition to myself and the City Council, Deputy City Attorney Paul Byrne, Director of Risk and Human Resources Candace Martinson, I believe, is going to be remote in, and Ryan Miller from Hall and Miller Law will be required to attend, and there will be action following the executive session, potentially under new business. I will adjourn us to recess and then to the executive session. We will call the meeting back to order. And next, under announcements, mayor's proclamations and presentations, is a presentation from the King County Library, and that will be their regional manager, David Wright, to give an update on the Auburn Library. David, please come to the podium and welcome. Thanks for your patience this evening.
Of course, yes. Thank you for having me. And let me just say I'm glad that I don't have a fear of public speaking, because otherwise that long wait would have been a nightmare for me. But thank you so much for having me here tonight. I believe I have some slides to present.
Sorry, one moment.
Thank you.
No worries. Well, while we're getting the slides worked out, let me just introduce myself quickly again. My name is David Wright. I'm the regional manager for KCLS, who serves this area, including Auburn, Enumclaw, Muckleshoot, Algona Pacific, Covington, and Black Diamond. And I'm here tonight just to update the council on the library's work to fulfill our mission to inspire the people of King County to succeed through ideas, interaction, and information. You're fine. If there's one thing we know in the library world, it's technical difficulties.
Let me just pull them up here one moment. Hold on, sorry, stand by. Oh, yeah,
Do you want me
sorry,
to
you
do
probably
here?
need that, don't you?
Let's see. And can I go to? Okay. There we go. All right. We already went through that part, so let's go on to the next part. This year, KCLS launched a new promotional campaign called Curiosity Isn't Quiet. Our focus is sharing how the library isn't just a place of quiet contemplation, although that is still a thing that we do at the library. It's a place where learning happens out loud. From embracing your creative side in our craft programs and makerspaces in Bellevue and Federal Way, to seeking adventure through our museum and park passes, to using our technology and job training resources through LinkedIn Learning. As a launchpad to personal and financial growth, the library invites you to indulge your curiosity. I'm not going to risk any more technical issues by trying to show you a video, but if you would like to follow up on our link, that leads to a very nice promotional video that we put together from our communications department, just kind of outlining the themes that are behind this promotional campaign. Curiosity isn't quiet. In fact, it speaks quite loudly in the numbers that we see on this slide featuring our new library card designs, which were all designed by local artists here in the Pacific Northwest. In 2024, the King County Library System had 677,000 active cardholders, as well as 90,000 student and teacher e-cards that are distributed automatically through local school districts. These cardholders were busy satisfying their curiosity with 11.5 million checkouts of physical library materials and 10.9 million digital checkouts. KCLS's digital collection is the second highest circulating collection in the United States and the third highest in the world. And a significant portion of that library use is happening right here in this community. From June of 24 through July of this year, your friends and neighbors have visited the Auburn Library 160,000 times. There are over 14,000 community members who have used their library card at least once in the last year. In the past year, 3,500 people here in Auburn have signed up for a library card for the very first time. And your folks have been using those cards. We've loaned out almost 270,000 physical items and 290,000 digital titles in the last year. That's a lot of curiosity satisfied. So I wanted to spend a minute telling you about our library programming. At the end of August, we wrapped up our summer reading program, Curious Creatures, and it was a tremendous success. As of August 16th, which is the last date I have numbers for at this time, we had 760 registrations at the Auburn Library, and of those, 140 completed their reading goals and picked up the finishing prize. And thanks to the support of our fantastic friends at the Auburn Library, we continue to be able to provide high-value programming for all ages. Our Get Ready for Kindergarten fiestas were well attended and a great opportunity for our Spanish-speaking families to learn about early literacy and school readiness. We hosted a popular series of fiber art meetups for teens and adults to explore crafts such as knitting, embroidery, and crochet. And we took advantage of the lovely Les Gove Park next door to host Reading in the Park reading clubs throughout the summer. We also hosted our second annual Teen Lock-In on August 22nd and had a great turnout of local teens sharing in fun, food, music, and games. And I did want to take a moment to tell you about an event coming up here in November that I'm very excited to share with you. On Friday, November 7th, the Auburn Library will be hosting New York Times bestselling author Stephen Graham Jones for an after-hours event from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. The event, moderated by Muckleshoot Tribal member and educator Madrian White, will discuss how Mr. Jones uses the medium of the horror tale to explore themes of identity, belonging, and redemption. I'm tremendously excited for us to be hosting such a celebrated author in our community, and I'm hoping for a great turnout. Oh, and the last slide's blank. So, the last slide was supposed to be about our Peer Navigator program. I just wanted to give you a little bit of information about that. So, we have the Peer Navigator program that's funded through Peer Community and Peer Washington, and aims to provide people experiencing homelessness and related challenges with help in accessing resources for housing, employment, and independent living skills. The peer navigators have lived experience with the challenges these individuals are facing and take the time to build the rapport and trust necessary to help them pursue meaningful change. Since the beginning of the year, the peer program at Auburn has had 403 service encounters. Every month, we see approximately 29 unique individuals in these encounters, and as a result of the work, we have made 43 referrals to other services such as shelters, housing and food assistance, medical treatment, and recovery services. Currently, the largest growing segment of people experiencing housing instability are two-parent households, and services such as the Peer Navigator program play a crucial role in helping those families stay in or get back into stable housing. And that finishes my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions or technical concerns of my presentation that the council may have for me.
Thank you very much. Council, are there any questions? Thank you so much. It's so exciting to see all of the wonderful things that continue to happen at the King County Library. We're very proud to have a location here in Auburn.
We're proud to be here. Thank you.
All right, now I'm going to go back to the podium because we have three proclamations this evening. Getting my steps in tonight, just going back and forth from the... All right, first this evening is Hispanic Heritage Month, and I would ask that Maria Phillips and her children, Ackerman Jaslyn and Leah, and then Gus and Dina Polanco, please come forward. And if I missed anyone, please come forward. You're Olivia? Hi, Olivia. I'm Nancy. It's very nice to meet you. Hello. Thank you. Good to see you. Thank you. Hi. Hello. Thank you all for being here this evening. This is the mayor's proclamation. Whereas the observation of Hispanic Heritage Month began in 1968 as Hispanic Heritage Week under President Lyndon Johnson and was expanded by President Ronald Reagan in 1988 to cover a 30-day period and was enacted into law on August 17, 1988. And whereas Hispanic and Latinx people serve honorably in our armed forces, have transformed industries with new innovative ideas, are elected officials, public servants, essential workers, agriculture workers, teachers, and leaders who have led and inspired movements that have made our state more equal and just. And whereas this month-long celebration recognizes the valuable contributions and special opportunity for public and private organizations, business, the arts, and education to focus on the many Hispanic Americans whose lives have shaped our common history and heritage. And whereas during Hispanic Heritage Month and throughout the year, it is imperative to embrace the diverse history so that all children can see themselves in our nation's past and know that they have a crucial role to play in shaping our future. And whereas the theme of this year's observance is collective heritage, honoring the past, inspiring the future, this theme recognizes the rich history and significant contributions of Hispanic and Latin American communities and their role in shaping the future. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim September 15th through October 15th, 2025, as Hispanic Heritage Month in the City of Auburn, and urge residents to recognize the role that our Hispanic community has played in enhancing and contributing to the rich diversity within our community. Dated this 15th day of September, 2025. And I have 3 copies. Who would like the copies? Would you like a copy? Thank you. Copy. Who else would like a copy?
I'll take it.
Okay. And would anyone like to speak, to give a few comments? Please.
All right. Good evening, and thank you for being here. We would like to thank Mayor Backus and the community for this prestigious proclamation. Given the status of where we stand right now in the Latino and Hispanic communities in the United States of uncertainties, it feels like a triumph that we get to celebrate the diverse of our cultural heritage this month, highlighting the values, economic, and population growth within our community. It is also very fitting to be receiving this on the very day that many Central and Latin American countries like Guatemala, El Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Costa Rica celebrate our Independence Day, followed by Mexico on September 16th, Chile on September 18th, and Belize on September 21st. This is also incredibly special for us that as we get to celebrate or get to show our daughters the importance of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Like we always tell them, work hard, be resilient and resourceful, and those are the keys to success. This is a true testimony of that. We feel so privileged and honored to accept this recognition in behalf of our community. Like I always say, everything is possible, and this is for us. Thank you. Have a great night.
Would you like to say anything? No? All right. Kids, anyone? Well, thank you so much for being here. It is an honor to have you here tonight. Such beautiful families. Thank you so much for being part of our community. Thank you. Thank you, sweetheart. Melt my heart. All right, next is Constitution Week, and Hilda Maryhugh, if you would please come forward, from the Daughters of the American Revolution. It's good to see you again. Right. Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas September 17th, 2025 marks the 238th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention in 1787. And whereas in 1955, the National Society Daughters of the American Revolution petitioned Congress with a resolution. This week of observance was the foundation of the American form of government, was signed into law by President Dwight D. Eisenhower on August 2nd, 1956. George W. Bush officially declared the inception of Constitution Week in 2002. And whereas patriotic celebrations are held to commemorate and emphasize the responsibility of residents for protecting and defending the Constitution. And whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim the designation of September 17th through the 23rd, 2025, as Constitution Week in the City of Auburn, and ask residents to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. Dated this 15th day of September, 2025. Hold up, we'll give that to you with our appreciation.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I know you have a few words to share.
Okay. The Declaration of Independence was signed in 1776 at the Pennsylvania State House. It is the oldest and the shortest written constitution of any major government in the world. The Constitution has been amended only 27 times. After the Constitution went into effect, the people added 10 amendments called the Bill of Rights. Here are some interesting facts about the Constitution. Democracy does not appear in the Constitution. Foreign language used was Latin. The state misspelled was Pennsylvania. They left out the letter N. The term used for ethnic minorities is others. The word sex appears in the 19th Amendment about women's suffrage. There were 4 signers born in Ireland. The 2 amendments that cancel each other out are the 18th and the 21st, prohibition and repeal. There are 4,400 words in the original Constitution without the amendments. You can see the Constitution at the National Archives today. There were 9 states that had to ratify the Constitution before it became the law of the land. The only day you can see all 5 pages of the Constitution at one time is on Constitution Day, September 17th. The Constitution said nothing about slavery. So the Daughters of the American Revolution, thank you for the proclamation, Mayor Backus. Thank you.
Thank you. Always wonderful to see you, Hillary. All right, and our last proclamation for this evening is National Recovery Month. And I believe we have in the audience from AHA Supportive Housing, Mark Hampton, the Executive Director, and Maria Blanchard, Case Manager. Are they here? No? All right, how about Health Point? Haley Brown, Patient Care Navigator, and Amran Ahmed, Program Manager. Please come forward. Hello. Thank you for being here this evening.
Thank you for having us. I appreciate it.
Mayor's Proclamation. Whereas behavioral health is an essential part of health and one's overall wellness, and whereas prevention of mental and substance use disorders works, treatment is effective, and people recover in our community and around the nation. And whereas preventing and overcoming mental and/or substance use disorders are essential to achieving healthy lifestyles, both physically and emotionally. We must recognize the 4 dimensions of recovery from mental health and substance use disorders: health, home, purpose, and community. We must guide those in need to appropriate treatment and recovery support services. And whereas the impact of mental and substance use disorders is apparent in our local community, It is estimated that 1 in 10 adults are in recovery. Meanwhile, over 400 in King County remain untreated. We have the power to lower these numbers and, more importantly, change lives. And whereas family and community members can learn how they can help implement preventive strategies, we are grateful for our local agencies who play a vital role in our health system and continuum of care. HealthPoint, We Care Daily Clinic, AHA Supportive Housing, and A Walk to Freedom Counseling. And now, therefore, I, Nancy Backus, Mayor of the City of Auburn, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as National Recovery Month. Let us come together to observe the important theme of every person, every family, every community. To promote and support treatment and recovery practices, the emergence of a strong and proud recovery community, and the dedication of service providers and the community members across the nation who make recovery in all its forms possible. Dated this 15th day of September, 2025. And Haley and Amran, I will give you both a copy. And would either of you or both of you like to say a few words?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Haley Brown. I myself am in recovery. I'll have 5 years clean in November. I feel like I'm in a meeting. Anyways, good evening. It's an honor to stand with you today as we celebrate National Recovery Month. This year's theme, every person, every family, every community, reminds us that recovery is not only possible, it is powerful when we do it together. At HealthPoint, our mission is simple but bold, to strengthen communities and improve people's health by breaking down barriers and providing access to all. For more than 50 years, HealthPoint has worked to make healthcare accessible, welcoming, and rooted equity because every life deserves care. But we know that the healthcare system too often leaves people behind. That is why healthcare was created. Healthcare recognizes that the patients we serve are facing complex needs and multiple barriers deserve a different kind of healthcare experience. Our mission is to provide barrier-free, fully integrated care in a warm and welcoming space, to walk alongside people with complex needs and guide them towards the recovery, healing, and dignity they deserve. Today we honor not just the individuals in recovery, but also the families, the providers, and communities who make recovery possible. Together, we are building a future where recovery is celebrated, not stigmatized, and where hope is stronger than fear. On behalf of HealthPoint Whole Care, thank you for this recognition, and thank you for reminding us that recovery is about all of us, every person, every family, and every community.
Thank you. I'd also like to thank Kent Hay, our Director of Human Services, for all of the strong and amazing partnerships that we have with the City of Auburn, and those are because of you. Thank you so much. All right, Rebecca, do we have any agenda modifications this evening?
Yes, Your Honor. We added the National Recovery Month item to the announcements, mayor's proclamations, and presentations section of the agenda, and we also added the executive session to the agenda tonight.
Thank you. And I believe under new items, new business. Okay, thank you. All right, we will move to public hearings. We have one public hearing this evening, and that is for Easy Fiber of Texas LLC franchise agreement number FRN 25-0002. City Council to hold a public hearing for consideration of franchise agreement number FRN 25-0002 for Easy Fiber Texas LLC for a wireline telecommunications franchise. Before we open the public hearing, Ingrid, or Director Galb, is there any presentation?
No presentation tonight. The council did have a briefing at the September 8th study session, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Council, do you have any questions before I open the public hearing? All right. I will open the public hearing for Easy Fiber Texas LLC franchise agreement number FRN 25-0002. Is there anyone who would like to speak on behalf or on this item? Please come forward, give your name, city of residence for the record, and please limit comments to 3 minutes.
So we'll do. Hello, Honorable Council and Mayor Backus. So nice to be here. So nice to see you all. My name is Austin Christopherson. I'm the Director of Government Affairs for Easy Fiber. My city of residence is Seattle. We are actually based out of Kent. Our field office is Kent. We're super excited for the opportunity to expand our network, our high-speed internet network, to the city of Auburn. We as an internet company do things a little differently. We offer very fair, transparent pricing, which is something that not others can say. We lock you in for life, is what we say. No, we can cancel anytime. Another little highlight I like to highlight is a lot of offerings that you currently have available for your internet providers. Their top is 2 gig speed. That is our bottom. So we expand up. So we offer plans at 2 gigs, 4 gigs, 8 gigs, and 10 gigs for the ever expanding digital world. And another thing we like to do differently at Easy Fiber is we invest in our community. We have a community impact team that has a quota of 5 to 7 events a week in the cities that we are in. We have our community impact team is based out of here, or out of Kent, and they do a lot of events investing in the community, whether that's from Little League to nights out in the town. Once we get established, I would love to connect you all with those folks, as long as with me. I also submitted my card with the deputy clerk as well, and I'll be here to answer any questions and stay after a little bit too. Yeah,
Thank you. Austin, I think this is the first time I've seen you in person.
It is, Mayor, it is.
It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
All right, is there anyone else who would like to speak for this public hearing? Final time, is there anyone that would like to speak on this public hearing? All right, I will close the public hearing for Easy Fiber Texas LLC, franchise agreement number FRN 25-0002. We will move now to audience participation. This is the place on the agenda where the public is invited to speak to the City Council on any issue. And that participation can be in person or via written comments. Did we have anyone provide written comment tonight, Rebecca?
No, Your Honor, we did not.
Okay. And did we have anyone who required the ability to speak remotely?
No, Your Honor, we did not.
All right, I will open public comment, audience participation. Is there anyone who would like to speak this evening? Please come forward, give your name and your city of residence for the record. Please limit comments to 3 minutes.
Hi, all. So forgive me in advance, I'm not a public speaker, and so I might sound a little bit nervous. My name is Amber Lott. I live here in Auburn. I'm here tonight because I've been deeply troubled to learn that the mayor wrote a letter to the court asking for leniency for a man who pled guilty to sexually assaulting a child. This man worked closely with the city on public events, and even after his conviction, other city leaders continued to work with him. And as recently as last year, the city itself was partnering with organizations that still gave him a platform. Sorry. These choices have shaken trust in our community. I've never shared this publicly before, but I was an underage victim myself, and I don't bring this up for sympathy. I bring it up to be a voice for those too young to have one, for those who have not yet found their voice, and for those who are screaming but still have not been heard. This conversation about accountability and leadership hits really close to home. When people in positions of power minimize these crimes or protect offenders, it tells survivors that our pain doesn't matter and the safety of children and other vulnerable people is negotiable. I know speaking this truth may come at a personal cost, but silence has a higher cost for survivors and for our community. And I share this to remind you that healing and safety only comes when leaders stand with survivors and not with abusers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to speak this evening? Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Sure. My name is Ronnie Morgan, and I live here in Auburn, on the north side of Auburn, on 30th Street. And, you know, it's difficult to try to put a cloud over so many nice things that just happened here in Auburn with swearing in the officers and Constitution Day. But, you know, there are words that needs to be said. There's words that needs to be said to the council and to the mayor. You know, there's a lot of things that are not acceptable. And I just don't believe that the mayor and the council and the people that run this city have done the best of their ability to do it in the right way. They have failed our city on public safety. They've failed our children in education. They've failed our businesses. We've had, you know, the Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors. They're a nationally recognized company. They've been here for a long time. They're gone now. The guy that replaced them at the boba tea place down there is trying to sell because he's not going to make it. My fellow dealers up and down Auburn Way have felt the sting of the increased crime that has happened under your watch, Mayor. It's doubled, and you have no explanation as to why. It's troubling to me. It's troubling to my neighbors. And anything you do now is a little too late. We've seen what you can do already. You have got to give other people a chance. And you've got to start listening to your community members. When was the last time you stopped into one of the car stores and asked them, you know, how many cars got stolen this week? I heard that you were having to self-insure now because you've reached your limit in cases. Do you know how many dealers are having to self-insure now? I don't think so, because they're big boys. They're king lions. They know how to handle stuff, and they just pass it on to the customers. But, you know, with tariffs hitting them and your B&O tax hitting them, the Bible told us in Revelation that critical times, hard to deal with, would be here. And they're here. The end is near. And this city has a duty to the people, and it hasn't lived up to it at all. That's why I ran. That's why I ran against you. That's why I ran against this council.
Mr. Morgan, you cannot talk about campaigning in council chambers.
Forgive me. Sorry about that. I'm not running now. I did run. That is a fact. But it was out of my sheer... I didn't want to do it, actually.
Mr. Morgan, you are running dangerously close, and you are out of time, so your 3 minutes are up. Thank you.
Sure. Can I have just a couple more seconds?
No, please wrap up. You've had your 3 minutes.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. I'll be back again.
Please come forward, give your name and city of residence for the record, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes.
Hello, my name's Kobe Clark. I'm a resident of Auburn on Lee Hill. I had not intended to speak today, but something was said that rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, and that is that it is merely in consideration of Constitution Week and Hispanic Month that it is a privilege. I hear this word a lot, privilege. It's a privilege to own property. It's a privilege to be an American. It's a privilege to have these rights. These rights aren't privileges, okay? They are inalienable rights granted to us by nature that are memorialized in our Constitution, and they're being violated right now. The federal government recently decided that that the Fourth Amendment doesn't apply if you're Hispanic or if you speak a different language, or if you speak anything other than English, or if you're brown, or if you're black. And it's a desecration of our Constitution. And I feel like the city of Auburn needs to do more to defend these people. They're being arrested, they're being bullied, and we got to do something about it. So I ask that over this next year or so, that we really think about the ways that we can protect these people. They're tax-paying citizens. They have a right to their rights. It's not a privilege. And we need to do what we can to defend them. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? Final time, is there anyone else that would like to speak this evening? All right, we will close public comment. Rebecca, do we have any correspondence this evening?
No, Your Honor, we do not.
Thank you. All right, we'll move to the consent agenda. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the City Council to be routine and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed. Is there a motion? Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
A second, Mayor.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Rakes.
The consent agenda consists of minutes from September 2nd, 2025 City Council meeting, minutes from September 8th, 2025 study session meeting, and claims and payroll vouchers as listed on your agenda.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin, did you have any comments as the chair of the Finance Special Focus Area?
Thank you, Mayor. There were no questions from the committee for staff this week. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We have a motion and a second. Council, are there any questions, or are there any items on the consent agenda that you would like removed for separate consideration? All those in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed, please say no. The consent agenda passes. We have no unfinished business this evening, but we do have one new item under new business. I will call on Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to authorize Attorney Ryan Miller and the law firm of Holland Miller to explore potential settlement of pending workers' compensation claim number SM061228 against the city. Final settlement of this claim will be subject to council review and approval of a written settlement agreement.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I second that.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Rakes. Do you have any other comments?
Nope.
All right. All right. Council, are there any questions? All right. All those in favor of, do we have a motion number, or is it just of the motion to authorize Attorney Ryan Miller potential settlement of pending workers' compensation claim number SM06128? Please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye. All opposed, please say no. Motion passes to allow Ryan Miller to negotiate on behalf of the city. All right, moving to ordinances, we have ordinance number 6987, an ordinance for a site-specific rezone of parcel number 00042-00001 from R2 residential low to P1 public use. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance number 6987, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Sturgis.
I'll second.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 6987 would rezone parcel number 00042-0001 to be consistent with the previous adopted land use designation, allowing for public use. The site is proposed for the future construction of the new Cascade Middle School.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of ordinance number 6987, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6987 passes. Ordinance number 6988, an ordinance for a major amendment to the Lakeland Hills South PUD boundary to extract 14 parcels. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to approve ordinance number 6988, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Deputy Mayor Rakes.
I'll second that, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. Ordinance number 6988 would extract 14 Auburn School District-owned parcels from the Lakeland South Hills PUD to allow for future construction of a new middle school.
Thank you. Questions or comments from council? All those in favor of ordinance number 6988, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, please say no. Ordinance number 6988 passes. Moving to resolutions, resolution number 5856, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an interlocal agreement between the City of Auburn and the City of Sumner relating to the City of Auburn's Coal Creek Springs Transmission Main Replacement Project and the City of Sumner's Levee Endpoint Bar Project. Is there a motion? Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt resolution number 5856, please.
Thank you. Is there a second? Councilmember Ammer.
I second, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. This resolution authorizes the city to contribute funding towards the City of Sumner's Levee and Point Bar project in the amount of $121,885.63. This contribution will satisfy a permit mitigation commitment to the Washington State Department of Fish and Wildlife related to the City of Auburn's Coal Creek Springs Transmission Main Replacement Project.
Thank you. Council, are there any questions or comments? All those in favor of resolution number 5856, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say no. Resolution number 5856 passes. All right, we will move now to mayor and council member reports. At this time, the mayor and city council may report on significant items associated with their appointed positions on federal, state, regional, and local organizations. We will begin with Deputy Mayor Rakes.
Thank you, Mayor. On Tuesday, the 9th, I attended my left board meeting, and we approved some claims for them. I started my CERT training on the 4th, so that's been interesting, very informative. And then I also attended the Hops and Crops, our yearly Hops and Crops, which is a lot of fun.
Thank you. Councilmember Clinton Taylor.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilmember Tracy Taylor.
Thank you, Mayor. I love being the alternate for the Sound Cities Association Public Issues Committee, where I attended the meeting, in-person meeting at Mercer Island Community and Event Center on Wednesday last week, where we heard a presentation from King County Library System, which we'll hear a little more about later this year. On the 11th, I attended the Green River College, the Development Committee meeting, where we recapped the Hanford Award and some upcoming tours for Green River College. On the 13th, I attended Hops and Crops along with Deputy Mayor Rakes. And later this week, I'm really excited to hear, as I serve as an alternate on the Sound Cities Association Regional Transit Committee, we're hearing from King County Metro once again, and a lot of fun presentations from Sound Transit, I believe, as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Trout Manuel.
Yeah, I had a report, but I'm not going to give it because I'm going to talk about what our friend out there in the audience talked about, our new law that is going in about speaking Spanish. That is no longer going to be allowed. I remember when we first came to Washington State, we were not allowed to speak our language. We were told by the school district that we could not speak it in the school grounds. If we got caught speaking it, I know I was in kindergarten, and I was always running up to my brothers and sisters and spoke in Spanish to them, and they would punish me by putting me up against the wall with my nose up on the concrete wall. My older sister had to come with me because I was crying. So I feel like we're going backwards again. I also am criticized whenever I pronounce a word incorrect in English. And you ought to be a Hispanic person. I was hoping that our Hispanic people would stay here because they would relate with what I'm saying. You think two languages at one time and trying to get your thoughts together. So for people making fun of people that get confused with the language, you got to think about them too. Other cultures as well they speak 2 languages, can also relate to that. But we should not condemn anybody for speaking another language, because that is our language that we were born with. That's the language that we're going to die with. And for this law to come in, and for people here still in Auburn, we have a lot of discrimination. And so my heart went out to you when you were talking, because I felt what you were saying. And anyways, that's what I had. I'm proud to say I'm a Latina, born in Corpus Christi, Texas. My family do come from Nuevo Mexico, and I'm so proud to be the first Latina on this council. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Sturgis.
Yes, I wanted to give a few updates. So I got to attend my first LINK local legislation listening session on September 4th, and that is Leadership, Intervention, and Change is what LINK stands for. It's a joint partnership program with the Center for Children and Youth Justice. Was really excited to learn about this model and this program. They work with the comprehensive gang model, which is a design to have an approach to reducing and preventing gang violence or group violence with a holistic approach to help the families for long-term progress. And it was just really interesting for me to be able to be a part of this. I was grateful for it. Leading into my second update is on September 9th, attended the King County Children and Youth Advisory Board. It was our annual planning retreat. It was just a great example of seeing where so many organizations in the community are doing great work, but how can we make sure that there's alignment so that they can do more great work instead of, being in different silos. And so I got to learn about some great connections here that can be streamlined. And with this annual retreat, we spent the evening finalizing some policy recommendations that we want to take before the King County Council. This Youth Advisory Board is how we help guide. We have oversight for the Best Starts for Kids levy and the funding, and that is invested in children and families across the King County region. There has been a concern recently with a recent audit of the DCHS and how some of the funds were granted. So we are diving into that and plan to respond appropriately and quickly to make sure that we're able to stay aligned with the commitment of Best Starts, which is removing barriers for smaller nonprofits to get access to funding. And so there's going to be some work to help explain and mitigate some of the concerns. My next one is attended the annual Joint Board Emeritus and Advisory Board meeting for Treehouse. This is the only statewide provider of educational support services for students who are in foster care. And unfortunately, just this past year, Treehouse recently lost 81% of its state funding for education, which was a $7.4 million cut, representing nearly a third of their annual budget. So that's pretty huge impact. The impact was 45 staff positions were cut last month, about 25% of their workforce, and now they're serving 700 fewer students statewide, including more than 400 students were immediately dropped from their graduation success program, which is helping youth in foster graduate high school at the rate of their peers. There were a few asks that I wanted to make sure to share with our community. Is Treehouse is in need of the community support right now, and that is through volunteerism, donations to the Treehouse store, which is where foster youth can come and shop and get free clothing, brand new clothing, 10 items and 10 items that are accessories or school supplies. Their family gets to shop there for free, and it feels like they're in a Nordstrom, getting to really pick out some nice things to be able to wear to school. And they're also in search of new board members. And so they're looking for leaders in South King County, Pierce County. They're looking for leaders in tribal communities, as well as individuals with foster care experience and an ability to help with fundraising capacity. So just wanted to encourage anyone in Auburn, to, if you're looking for a great nonprofit to be part of. I've been on their board since 2013, and now on till about 2019, and now I've served on the Emeritus Board since then. In the coming weeks, I'll be meeting with our state representatives, Christine Reeves and Chris Stearns, as well as Senator Claire Wilson, to champion Treehouse's services here and to help push for restoration of their funding. And then lastly is Waseli Leadership Cohort. You've heard this from me and Councilmember Hannon Ammer over the last several sessions. This past Thursday through Saturday was our last in-person session of this leadership cohort, which is the Washington Collaborative Elected Leaders Institute. We're the second cohort. Mayor Backus went through the first cohort with several other mayors and council members across the state, and has her really cool water mug that we want one. We don't. Cohort 2 hasn't gotten one yet. But this was, I just want to give a quick background that this was a leadership program that was created out of the 2023 Civic Health Summit. Denny Heck was a huge leader and champion for this because as you know, and I think more people need to know, we need you to vote for great leaders to sit up on this dais. You need to look at our past experience, know what our professional experience has been, our personal experience, and make a decision for someone who has leadership and accountability and demonstrated performance in our prior roles. And this program is creating a baseline across the state for... No, I'm sharing my leadership program.
You don't need to respond.
And so this is...
Mr. Morgan, you are out of order.
What I love about this is I'm a very passionate person about leadership development, and one of my first learnings on council was is there leadership training for all of us to have a baseline level of leadership skills so that we can engage in healthy conflict and dialogue to help better our city. And so that is what this program's delivering, and what I'm so excited about is over the coming years, I don't have a timer, sir. And all of our local officials across the state will have the opportunity to go through this training so that Washington's leaders can really step up and lead effectively together. So I'm super excited about the opportunity that we'll all get to be able to do on that and work great as a council together more collaboratively. Thank you for the time, Mayor.
Councilmember Ammer.
I attended September 9, the last board meeting with Deputy Mayor. We will had some claims from our retiree law enforcement and firefighter. Same day, I attend the board, the Valley Regional Fire Authority meeting, which was same. Council member, she covered Waseli training, which really encourage for leader. It's one of the best training. As a person who's professional engineer, I think this is another add more skill to myself. And when I second, I'm proud by myself as a Muslim, as a person in color, as a person who has an accent. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Baldwin.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. On Thursday, September 4th, I also attended the Link Local Legislative Listening Session, where we heard about the importance of having programs that allow for diversion and wraparound support for those people who are trying to get out of gang and youth violence. So having better justice programs for youth in our communities. Also on September 4th, I attended the State Auditor's Office 2025 Exit Conference, where we were able to see the completed audit of our 2024 financials, and that was shared with us for the results, which were positive. So just some good sessions, and that's it here. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Baldwin, and we do look forward to your return in person. All right, a few things on, let's see, what was that? On Wednesday, September 3rd, and this goes right along with National Recovery Month that we are celebrating. We had the opportunity to attend the opening of the International Community Health Services at Sound Behavioral Health Auburn's Clinic, a new facility. And it is a promise to our community, a promise that care will be accessible, compassionate, and centered on the needs of those who need it most. Clinic brings together primary care, behavioral health, and even dental services at one location. That means families can schedule multiple appointments in one visit, saving time, reducing barriers, and making it easier to get the care that they need. It also means that people are treated as whole individuals, because we know that health is not just physical and we can't separate one from another. And we also know that disparities still exist and we do not ignore them. Too many marginalized ethnic and low-income communities in South King County experience worse health outcomes and shorter life expectancies, and that is unacceptable. And this partnership is about changing that story. It's about making sure that care isn't a privilege, but a right available to everyone. And also on September 4th was the first session of this year's Civics Academy. And I had the honor of doing the presentation on Government 101, explaining the different forms of government and who all of the representatives that represent members of the Auburn community are. And it was about a 2-hour session, and we did a Q&A as well. It is a very, very interactive class this time, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming sessions. I believe this week on Thursday night is Public Works, and then they have a tour on Saturday of several of our facilities. Is that correct, Director Gaub? They are in for a treat. I know it's always one of the favorites for any of the classes. And on Friday night, the 12th, from 4 p.m. till 1:30 a.m., I did an officer ride-along with Officer Kaylee Turner. And I have to tell you that I knew that our officers were professional and kind and compassionate before that ride-along. It's been about 4 or 5 years since I had done a ride-along, so I did another one. But the level of compassion, the level of care that all of the officers utilize when coming in contact with someone in our community, it was, I will say, inspirational, because these officers have gone through training, but they also understand that they are not seeing people in their best light. Most of the times, this is not going to be that individual's best day. And so I saw the de-escalation techniques, and I saw how much these officers all care. And this is a mostly, that evening shift is mostly a young group of officers. And I am proud of the work that they do and look forward to having them with us for a long, long time. And then one final note, a public safety statement, as well as sharing upcoming information for more community conversations. The City of Auburn has always been and remains deeply committed to the safety and well-being of our community. Public safety is our top priority, and we continue to invest significant resources to ensure Auburn is a place where residents, businesses, and visitors feel secure. This year, we've strengthened that commitment by hiring 18 police officers, expanding support for prosecution services, and community-based programs. These efforts reflect our belief that public safety is not only about enforcement, but also about building pathways to accountability, healing, and prevention. Our collective investment shows results. Violent crime in Auburn has declined 36% compared to this point last year, and we will continue working to drive those numbers down even further. At the same time, we have invested 42% of our city's general fund operating budget, over $120 million annually, directly into police, prosecution, and related safety programs. This commitment reflects our ongoing dedication to making Auburn a safe and thriving community for all. Additionally, new initiatives such as our flock safety cameras have propelled our city forward with new and innovative tools and technology to keep our communities safe. Since their installation last year, they've proved valuable in solving many types of crime, from auto theft to assault and even a kidnapping. Our City Council recently approved installing additional traffic cameras in selected and specific locations, minimizing collisions and slowing traffic. Our Human Services Department and the anti-homelessness team continue to prioritize connecting Auburn's homeless with valuable and life-saving services. So far this year, they've housed 121 individuals and continue to be a beacon and example for other municipalities to follow. Public safety will always be at the heart of our work. While there is still more to do, Auburn is moving forward with a clear vision, reducing crime, strengthening trust, and ensuring every member of our community can feel safe and supported. And if you would like to continue this conversation, this fall we're holding a series of public safety-focused town halls across the city beginning Tuesday, September 23rd from 6 to 8:30 p.m. at Evergreen Heights Elementary School. All are welcome to join. And you can find the full list of the events on our website's homepage news section at auburnwa.gov. Several of our directors, all of our council members, and myself will be at those meetings, so we would love for you to attend. It's not just about public safety, it's any topics that you wish to have dialogue about, and hopefully we have the answers for you. If not, if you have great ideas on what can be done, we are looking forward to hearing that as well. And with that, we've already had our executive session. We are adjourned.